Guys, Claire here, and in today's video, we're going to talk about all things Harry and Meghan. With Love, Meghan has been renewed for a second season. Both Netflix and the Duchess revealed that not only will there be a season 2, but it'll be debuting this fall. I'm so excited for the second season. I've already been seeing people on social media wondering if we'll get sort of like a holiday special, which would be so cool. Now, I know I'm not the only one who has been chuckling all day seeing some of the headlines from the UK press, like this one from The Sun, where it says, "Oh my god, it's in danger of being axed because people hate her and the TV show is a failure," only to have to update it an hour after saying that the show has been renewed for a second season, despite being panned. I don't know how a show makes the top 10 list in about 50 countries around the world can be considered as panned. Just today I had someone comment in my comment section saying, "What a lie, it's been panned." And that's under the last video that I did. I mean, tell me that you read the tabloids without telling me that you read the tabloids. That person took what they have plastered all over the UK tabloids within the past few days and used that as a comment on my video, even though the facts are there. It's right there for them to see. And this is why it's important to have commentary that contradicts a lot of the misinformation out there. The combination of media sources providing misinformation in bad faith, coupled with a lack of media literacy, really has people believing things that could easily be disproven. Anyway, can't wait for season 2.
I love what Meghan embodies. Softness, unbotheredness, making things with your hands, making things with love and intention. And people find this boring. And that's okay, right? Like, if you're on this side, we do not find this boring. We find this inspirational. We find this goals. We find this refreshing. And personally, I welcome all of that into my life.
Same. Anne Boleyn on X said, "The world is awful right now. That is precisely why Meghan's show is so wonderful. It's a beautiful and cozy refuge." I agree.
I've watched nearly all the Meghan Netflix episodes, and I keep seeing hate video after hate video, and a lot of it is projecting people's own, you can tell where they are in their own life. If it's, "Oh, I'm so glad that you have time to make sandwiches for your kids and cut out a rainbow platter," then clearly this person is bitter that they don't have enough time in their life. Or, "Wow, I'm so glad that you were able to rent out a house that isn't even yours and cook in this big, huge kitchen where somebody, prepared all these ingredients for you." And it's like, clearly you're upset about either like your living situation or that somebody has more money than you. Like, it's very much projecting. I took away from all of the episodes a lot of tips. I also took away from it that you can find joy in so many little things if you just stop letting the outside noise bother you so much. And that's something I really need to work on. So I think you take away from it where you are in life. I will say I think he's Korean. I think it's like Choi or Roy or something. That guy was super awesome. And then the founder of Tatcha, she made me cry. And I've never wanted to make pot stickers so bad in my life. So honestly, when somebody tells you how they feel about those episodes, just take that as them telling you how they feel about their own life.
That right there. Her comment sort of reminded me of that saying, what was it? "Despite how open, peaceful, and loving you attempt to be, people can only meet you as deeply as they've met themselves." It's been really interesting seeing a lot of people sort of going toe-to-toe with some of the biggest critics. One of the conversations or one of the talking points that some people would use is, "Why didn't she film it in her home?" Now, we know, common sense, most shows aren't, and security. Duh. With all of the threats that are levied at Harry and Meghan, that would be a security nightmare.
How come with Love, Meghan is not being recorded in her house? I hear that question asked over and over and over again by people I'm pretty sure own this book. Perhaps Meghan read this book where Ina gave an account of where poop got smeared all across her front lawn because the crew were all trying to use her bathroom and they ruined her septic system. To loosely quote Ina, she called recording in her own home a nightmare that made her cranky, and she's not sure why Jeffrey did not divorce her at that time. That day that they ruined her septic system and everyone got physically ill from the smell, she kicked the whole crew out and she told them she would never do another cooking show after that. It wasn't until years later of them begging her to please do another cooking show and do it on a set that looked like her home that she agreed to do another show. Meghan is smart. She learned from Ina's mistake. Why is Meghan using other people's recipes? Well, in Ina's book, Be Ready When the Luck Happens, she explains that she used a lot of people's recipes as well. In fact, the Barefoot Contessa was not even a name that she came up with. The store was already called that. Does that make Ina not authentic? She kept some of the Barefoot Contessa's recipes and continued to use them in the store. In every episode, she's not afraid to say, and this is someone else's recipe. Why is Meghan's show boring? I feel like people who ask that question never watched Martha Stewart Living. We've just become used to recipes that take place in less than 60 seconds. But on her show, what she would do is take you through a full dinner party. She would go and pick the turkey or the chicken. Chicken would be cooked and she would show you how to cook it, the sides, the tablescape, and then she would even take you on a journey to go look at the china that she chose and the history of it. 30 minutes of that. Please explain to me how this is really any different. And maybe it's none of those things. You're going to tell me it's just something about Meghan you don't like and you just can't put your finger on it. Well, then that's just a microaggression. It's a perfectly lovely show, and I'm so enjoying having some diversity in this space. Because when we name Ina Garten, Nancy Myers, Martha Stewart, it's all the same. I can bet my bottom dollar that if nearly anyone else came with the same show, we would love it and not even be talking about it at all.
This is true. There have been so many cooking and lifestyle shows from several celebrities over the years that have not gotten this much attention, much less this much criticism. I never really watched Martha Stewart religiously. I only started to pay attention truthfully when she befriended Snoop Dogg because I thought that was a very odd combination and I was intrigued by it. And I would sometimes watch segments of her shows, but not in its entirety religiously. Growing up, in my household, it was B. Smith. What was it? Whatever you do, do it with style. I think that was the saying. My mom liked to watch B. Smith, and she loved to garden, to beautify our outside space, and also to bake. Now that I'm an adult, it's really nice to see another woman of color or biracial woman entering that sort of space, right into the corner where you are. Beautify your space, romanticize your life. I'm here for it. Now, another one of the very odd talking points that was sort of ruminating on the dark side was in relation to Mindy Kaling. Mindy was recently on The View where she was asked about it.
I noticed that whenever I do something, anything related to Meghan, it becomes like
big news.
Big news. Big news.
Yeah.
And selfishly,
But you guys
I'm
were
like,
just making cute little...
we were making sandwiches.
And,
you know, then they'll push in on my face on TikTok and they'll be like, look at how this emotion you felt. And I honestly didn't even remember it because we shot it like 9 months ago. I loved my time with Meghan. I'm also like, let her promote her show. I'm here to talk about running.
Yes, of course.
It was great. And it's really fascinating seeing how the reaction.
Now, I've been seeing a lot of commentary from men about Meghan's show, and I've been finding it very interesting and comical, especially since you would think a lifestyle sort of cooking show is not, they're not the target audience or something like that. But it's been really interesting.
So I might not be the traditional Netflix targeted demographic for Meghan Sussex show on Netflix, her series on Netflix, With Love, Meghan. And she is Sussex, as she reminded Mindy Kaling in episode 2. She was married to Henry. Is that his name? The hunky redhead guy? See, this is not my world. Anyway, her married name is Sussex. There were people have issues with that. She took her husband's last name. How is that controversial? But anyway, and it's a nice show. It's warm. it's very comforting. It's very familiar. She comes off as authentic. She comes off as very kind, and I believe her love language, as it goes, is making things with her hands and giving gifts. I think it's those two things, right? Like what's this? Waldorf students, people, they head, heart, and hands is their motto, and she seems to be that. And so, to me, she's very relatable. I'm very proud of her. You know, I'm 60. My daughter's nowhere near her age. However, I love that Meghan, you know, lived her life, found her success, found her prince, fought her way out of a toxic in-law situation, came back home to California, and now, you know what, is living her life. I love that. And my mother went through something like that. My mother died at age 39. She lived and survived years of abuse, and she got out. She lived her life. After that, she actualized some things. She traveled the world and all this kind of stuff. And then she passed at age 39 from cancer. She had a little window where she had a lot of happiness. And I love that Meghan found herself, grounded herself, and she is comfortable who she is. And it comes across in her show, and it's very sweet. I'm going to finish the series. And again, I don't know if I'm the targeted demographic, but in this crazy country that we live in, we need some distractions and some escapism. And so whether yours are books you read or listen to, whatever your quiet space is that gives you, like Marie Kondo used to say, sparks joy, do that. And Meghan is a calming presence, great background. Pay attention, don't pay attention. It's very calming, it's very lovely. It's giving that early Martha Stewart vibes. And I think I saw that it's number 10, and it's in the top 10 in 47 countries, which I can get. So despite what I believe, I have no proof of this, the paid operatives from that certain family across the pond that just spews so much negativity at her, like the negativity that Michelle Obama gets, former Vice President Kamala Harris gets, that Beyonce gets, that, you know what I'm talking about. I'm halfway through this series, and I am enjoying it, and I'm very proud of Meghan, and I think you enjoy it too.
Here's what I know is that Le Creuset needs to write this woman a check. Every single girl, gay, and they is about to be crawling through their local TJ Maxx or Ross, hoping to find one of these Le Creuset pieces in a cream or an off-white or some other like neutral earth tone because they saw it on With Love Meghan. You know who else needs to say thank you is every single grocery store in the country, especially the person that is in charge of their produce department, because I am pretty sure that we are all about to like crawl through to chop up one of those crudité platters, because one thing Meghan Sussex is gonna do is chop up a cute little crudité platter. Like, look at this fruit platter that she did. Look at this! I want to go have a picnic. It is snowy and nasty outside. I'm still gonna have a picnic. I'm gonna chop up like delightful little veggies and put together a little platter. I might make focaccia. This show is an entire delight. It is Ina Garten reborn. It is Martha Stewart in her prime. It is like for the people that like the vibe of Gwyneth Paltrow without any of like the weird pseudoscience stuff. This is like Nadia Hussein, you know, like Nadia, like Cooking with Nadia or whatever. Like she won, I think, Great British Bake Off, and now she's got a couple of cooking shows on Netflix. I made one of her choco flans a couple of years ago that I still think about to this day. Like, this has all of those vibes. The only people who are mad about this are terrible people. So I will be making this honey lemon raspberry preserve cake this weekend and drinking water and minding all of my business, just like Meghan. This show is great. I would like 12 more seasons immediately. Thank you. Goodbye.
Oh, you see it with Love Meghan. I got words. Hold up. Now, you know what I'm saying? The moment that she announced that she was going to do this show, I knew they was going to hate it. And it is bringing them out. And I love it. Meghan, Duchess of Sussex, right? Meghan, Duchess of Sussex. I got to get that right. See, here's the thing. When a black woman is not in that mammy energy, is being her authentic true self, they hate it. They can't stand it, and it's showing. And I'm gonna watch it. And I love it. Yeah.
On the topic of the new Meghan Sussex show, y'all be hating. Like, and I think y'all be hating because you're not a princess. Sorry. You don't have an incredible view of the Montecito Mountains. Again, sorry. And you're racist. And so many people keep saying she's fake or unrelatable, inauthentic, whatever. I think she's actually just a very cerebral person. But I'm also not tuning in to watch a relatable Duchess. In fact, I think the show would be interesting if she took the audience along with her to that more unrelatable place, because she has access to these incredible resources and mentors that, generally speaking, most of us don't. I do like her handwriting, and I do like the soundtrack. I thought that was really vibey and uplifting and well done.
Did you guys hear that Grandpapa Charles has a new show coming out? When he mentioned Joy, I legitimately cackled.
King Charles has a new show, The King's Music Room, just days after Meghan launched her own show on Netflix. Coincidence? I think not. What in the royalty is going on? Let's get into it.
Throughout my life, music has meant a great deal to me.
Since Meghan announced her show, all the media vultures, you know them, the ratchety, raggedy, royal wannabe vultures, have been out trying to assassinate her show, mischaracterize her, use all kinds of nouns, pronouns, and adjectives, and now you get to watch them praise him for everything they accused her of. We've seen this script before. You know for a fact that if his show had come out before hers, she would be accused of stealing the theme of joy from him. There is nothing new under the sun for those who hate Meghan. They're going to come up with all kinds of ridiculous comparisons. But here is the kicker. Meghan is being branded egotistical for using her own royal title, Duchess of Sussex, in the show. Doesn't that mean King Charles is egotistical too? Because he's using his royal title, King, in his show. Double standards galore. Slamming a show as fakery and an exercise in narcissism? Let me show you who fits that bill much better than Meghan. Yeah, I'm talking about King Charles. Like we're all meant to believe this is his personal playlist as he listens to it in the King's music room. And that his eclectic musical taste includes Afrobeats, disco, reggae, 3 genres rooted in black music, black culture. Please. This is all about King Charles's public image and reputation. This is King demonstrating his kingship over Commonwealth countries and showcasing music from his subjects. That's all it's about. This isn't his personal playlist. I mean, would I care if King Charles wanted to showcase music from across the Commonwealth? No. By all means, do it. Everyone loves music, do it. But do not lie to us telling us it's his personal playlist when it is not. Because we can see through that. It's not an accident that they focus on Afrobeats, reggae, disco in the way they sell this message. Because it's always about exploitation of black music, black culture, and anything blackety black. So yeah, that's narcissism, egotistical, and fakery all wrapped up in this PR stunt. I mean, to be honest, my issue is not with King Charles. My issue is with the hypocrisy and double standards that surrounds what Meghan Markle does versus what other members of the royal family do. I mean, we know someone is writing the notes for King Charles. We know someone compiled that playlist for King Charles. Just tell the truth. Be honest. That's fine. You don't have to lie about it and use the same standard for both. That's all.
Couldn't have said it better myself. Anyway, back to With Love, Meghan.
I'm obsessed with the show. I'm obsessed with the show in a very shocking way, in a way that I never thought I would feel. I watched 2 episodes last night. It was one of the first shows in a long time. I just put my phone away. I got into bed with my laptop. I cozied up. I put that space heater on real high. And I just enjoyed it. It felt like a sweet little bubble bath. I think this is such a perfect thing for her to do. It just got picked up for season 2. And it was just watching like a gorgeous, rich woman do gorgeous, rich things. And the food was amazing. Her little hosting tips were really cute. Will I ever be this person? Absolutely not. Absolutely not. I never will. And I don't pretend to be. And I think that's why I really enjoyed it. And I'm really looking forward to like continuing it I'm supportive of it, and I'd say to watch it.
Turtle, turtle, turtle. I would respect you if you just came out and said, you know what? I don't want to see Black women living a life of leisure. I actually don't want to see that. I don't want to see Black women cooking and enjoying their life, being a stay-at-home parent, really pouring themselves into their family. I don't want to see that. I don't want to see that. I want to see Black pain. That's what I want. The only women that I want to see live a life of luxury is white women. That's what I would like to see. Say that. Instead of masking it as something else. Because y'all are saying that Meghan Markle is so out of touch. What about Martha Stewart? Okay? We're going through a damn recession. She was out there selling towels, had cooking shows, and the world was crumbling right behind her. And I didn't hear none of these think pieces about nothing that was doing. Okay? That's how I know it ain't got to do with that. It has nothing to do with her being out of touch. There are also people saying, well, she's too perfect and she she had the perfect opportunity to be regular. She's not regular like you, okay? She is not regular. This is something for you to view and aspire to. Relatable is not it, baby. Not for you.
Yesterday before my work meeting, I took the time to go watch the With Love by Meghan show on Netflix, the new show. And I watched one episode and I thought it was so cute. Like, the show gives homey vibes, comfy vibes. Like, it gave me so many ideas. I want to try the spaghetti pasta and like her showing how to make the cake. I thought that was really cute. And I did not know, like, I've always heard of beeswax, but I did not know that you could actually just go to a local farmer's market and get beeswax. And I love going to the farmer's market, and I never knew that. And now I'm going to find a beekeeper in my area and get some fresh wax. But I think the show overall just gives like a clean, nice aesthetic. It looks fun. It feels like she's really actually getting into it. And of course, she's getting more comfortable with showing her personality. She's dealt with a lot in the media. So that's to be, expected. But all in all, I thought the show was good and you should check it out and you should not be a Meghan Markle hater.
So if you guys want a really good laugh, go to this Instagram post and look at the comments because they are getting dragged because of this article that they wrote. Meghan Markle pioneers new frontiers in unrelatability. You guys might think that she's being unrelatable, but With Love Meghan is returning for a second season this fall, and I hope that there's also a Christmas special. I love decorating for Christmas and hosting and doing all that stuff, so I hope it comes with a Christmas special. This week just reaffirms the fact that a lot of you are extremely uncomfortable with a Black woman living a luxurious lifestyle. And before you guys say she's not Black, listen, a Black woman pushed her out and we get our culture from our mothers, so zip it. For me personally, I grew up watching the Food Network and home improvement shows with my parents, and I grew up watching my grandmother set the table and her taking so much pride in it and laying out all of her fine china. And I personally grew up loving stuff like that, and I love hosting, so I really did enjoy With Love Meghan, and I can't wait for season 2.
Meghan Markle could find the cure to cancer, end world hunger, and like the economic shortage, literally bring back the price of eggs to be lower the price of gas, do all this stuff, and you guys will still be like, I don't like her, because she said her last name was Duchess of Sussex, and actually she left the royal family, so that's not her last name.
One of the most insufferable things that I have seen in the last couple of days are the comments on videos about this new Netflix show. Let's start here. She made a rainbow fruit tray that I don't know if she was serving her kids or her guests or what, but you cannot tell me you have not once in your life gone on Pinterest and searched something like this, or this, or any of these for a holiday or a bridal shower or a bachelorette party. You're all aware she's just cutting fruits and vegetables. Who cares? And we have people criticizing when she is gathering honey or picking from her garden because it's not her garden. I don't know if it is or isn't. She explicitly says in the show that it's not her house. But either way, literally who cares? You're trying to say that it's inauthentic? I'm sorry. How many Food Network shows are not filmed in someone's house? Or the Selena Gomez show, who I am not hating on. I like Selena Gomez. She rented out the Hannah Montana house, right? For one of the seasons. That wasn't her house. I actually really liked this part in the show where she's out there gathering honey, because she talks about how she didn't used to like honey, but since she has started doing this herself, she has gained so much connection and appreciation to the food she is eating. If you're new here, it's something I talk about a lot. I tap my maple trees in my backyard. I think a lot more about how much work goes into maple syrup when I'm buying it at the store. Going back to all of the people who are like, oh my gosh, she's so unrelatable, she's so inauthentic, she's so fake, she's so acting. Life is unrelatable. We are not all a part of the royal family. But that doesn't automatically mean that she's being inauthentic. She talks about this show being a place for her to share things that she loves. And if you know anything about her, back in the day, she had a blog called The Tig where she did just that. It's not new. I think people seemed to have lost their mind about is the way that she makes a one-pot pasta dish, though I'm pretty sure one of those went viral on TikTok 4 years ago. The hatred from people towards this woman is absolutely insane.
Okay, guys, so I just finished watching the last episode of Meghan Markle's new Netflix series, Meghan Sussex, and I absolutely loved it. I loved every episode, and I can see why she titled it Meghan with Love, because from the first episode all the way to the final one, when Harry planted that kiss on her because he was so proud of her, oh my God, I just fell in love. I mean, from all the DIY projects, the flower arrangements, the recipes, the food, the garden, the set, the production, the sound selection for each and every episode, her guests and all of her friends and support staff. Oh my God, it was so good. And anybody that didn't feel a sense of joy and happiness and love coming from that, I don't know what to tell ya.
Oh my goodness, this show, I don't know why, but I know why. I love her intention in things. I'm learning little things while also watching. This sister is making candles from bees in her backyard, cakes, all kind of stuff. She just made this frittata that I must remake. I love that she's living the life that I think she wanted to live. Her choice, by her choice. I also still think London definitely fumbled her. But oh my gosh, the show. If you love HGTV and you were a food channel, travel channel girly like me, you're gonna live for this. I need 7 seasons. I need this. It's so pure, so light. Oh, chef's kiss.
Chef's kiss indeed. And with that, we'll wrap it up for today's video. If you enjoy the content, don't forget to hit that notification bell so you'll be notified whenever I upload a new video. And I'll talk to you guys in the next video.